Hello and welcome to episode 0 of my new Let's Play series of this new challenge that I'm starting. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Lou. I do all kinds of Sims videos, but I mostly do gameplay videos. I actually have another challenge going on my channel that I started when I started my channel, so I've been doing that challenge for 5 months now or so, and so I thought it was finally time to mix it up a little bit with this new challenge that I came up with / changed to be able to do it in The Sims 4, because this is actually based on an older challenge that was written for The Sims 3, and I'm gonna put a link in the description to where you can find the original challenge. And it was called the Snatched by the Fae challenge. Basically, in The Sims 3, we had all kinds of occults, and we had fairies, which we don't have in The Sims 4. And so in that challenge, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but basically you would play with a fairy sim who would abduct a normal human sim and then have a child with them and then raise the child to be a perfect fairy, basically. So I tried to make this challenge playable in The Sims 4, and so instead of fairies, we are playing with witches, which I love. I love spellcasters in The Sims. I never really got a chance to explore them a lot. When I got the Realm of Magic pack, I basically just played with the build and buy items a lot and the CAS items, and I never really explored the gameplay aspect of that pack a lot. So that's what I really want to do in this challenge. And right now you see me create Trevor Thornwood. So Trevor is our victim in this challenge. He is the person being snatched by the witch, or witches in this case. As you can see, though, he is a spellcaster as well. And so that's something that I changed just for story purposes. His dad was actually one of the best, most powerful spellcasters, and he got badly hurt and died in a magic duel, which caused his mom to basically run off with him. His mom was a witch as well, but she ran off with him and basically swore off witchcraft and never even talked to him about it. So Trevor here is actually unaware of his magical abilities, but he is going to find out about them as the challenge progresses. So I gave him the musical genius aspiration. He's a musician. He lives in San Myshuno. He is cheerful, a music lover, and romantic, so he's kind of a ladies' man. He's just, your typical Chad musician guy, basically. But, that is going to change when he gets abducted by Cora Kettlesmith, who is the older of 2 sisters, and her parents were both very powerful spellcasters as well. And they were actually close friends with Trevor's parents before his dad died and his mom ran off. And Cora knows about this, and she is on a mission because she wants her strong magical bloodline to progress. And that was always her goal ever since she was, old enough to think about these things. She wanted to have children with a powerful spellcaster to make her parents proud and continue her bloodline. And unfortunately, she cannot do that. She had an incident with another spellcaster where he cursed her, and she cannot bear children, which is horrible for her. It's very sad. But she did not give up on her dream, her aspiration to continue her parents' bloodline. And so what she did is she made a little bit of a pact with her younger sister. who we're going to create in a bit. But first, let me tell you more about Cora. So I gave her the spellcraft and sorcery aspiration because she's your typical witch. You know, she never really had a lot of contact with muggles. She doesn't really care about the muggle world that much. She's just not that interested in it. She grew up pretty sheltered from it as well because both her parents were spellcasters. She grew up in Glimmerbrook, and she just never really had a lot of contact with the outside world and never had much interest in it. And so she also doesn't have a regular muggle profession. She is an artist, actually, which is why I gave her the creative trait. So she is going to make money for our household by selling crafts and paintings and things like that. She's also family oriented, as I told you about, and she's a cat lover because, you know, she's a witch, so she needs a cat, of course. And yeah, that's pretty much the most important things you need to know about Cora. Now, her younger sister, who we're going to create in a second, is Caroline Kettlesmith. Caroline is kind of the polar opposite to her sister. She never really felt super accepted in her family. She was actually really close to her dad, but he passed away when Caroline was still fairly young. And so from that moment on, you know, because her sister and her mom were really close and she really wasn't that into the whole like witchcraft thing and like family bloodline pride thing, she just, she kind of did her own thing. And she always was very fascinated with the muggle world. And so she wants to become a master chef. She always loved cooking. She always loved kind of the just like regular muggle life. Like I think of like Ron's dad from Harry Potter who studies muggles for a living. And finds them really fascinating. So she's kind of like that. And she wants a normal life. You know, she wants to go to university. She's actually a student at the University of Bridechester. And she just wants to experience university life, just be a normal 20-something-year-old. And she's a foodie, obviously. She's a goofball and she's outgoing. So she's just looking for the normal college experience. However, her sister obviously has other things in mind for her. So her sister and her made a pact where her sister, because both their parents passed away, is going to help her get through university. She's going to support her, financially, whatever she needs. Her sister's going to be there. And, they're obviously also going to use whatever money they inherited from their parents to pay for Caroline's university education. But Caroline has to agree to continue the family bloodline and have a spellcaster child with Trevor, you guessed it, who, again, Cora abducted for the purposes of basically just taking his genes to produce her perfect little spellcaster. And the challenge basically is going to be that I am not going to be able to control Trevor at all during this challenge. So he's going to live in the household, but I can't control him. I can't have him have like this or that interaction with Caroline or Cora. I can't do that. And I need to get him to like Caroline and to become close to her, close enough so that they can have a baby together. And that's going to be hard because, he was just abducted by these two women. He has no idea, that there even are spellcasters. He doesn't know anything about anything. And he's just confused and, scared because he was abducted. And so it's going to take a while for him to accept his situation and to be open to get to know Caroline even. And, being open to like the idea of like witchcraft and all these things that he had no clue about and finding out more about the truth about his family and his dad. Coming to terms with that, that he's basically been lied to all his life. And so he has a lot of stuff to figure out until he's going to hopefully be ready to have a child with Caroline. And so does she. You know, she's not exactly thrilled. So it's not like she's going to try her best or anything. She's just kind of like going through the motions for her sister, you know, to please her sister. So the only person who's really invested in this is Cora, who is going to also raise the child once we have a baby. She's going to, you know, not only do all the chores around the house and take care of everything and, you know, make the money to raise this family, but she's also going to raise the child. And we're going to have to just make this child as perfect as possible. They're going to need all their skills maxed when they're a toddler. There's like a bunch of rules in the original challenge that, again, I'm going to link in the description if you want to check it out. But I think I'm going to talk more about the rules for actually raising the child once we get to it in the challenge, which is going to take a while. But for now, I think I'm going to leave you off here. Please let me know what you think and if you're excited for this challenge, because I definitely am. And also let me know any ideas that you might have, any twists, just anything at all for this challenge. I would be so happy to read your comments. Thank you so much for listening to my ramblings. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm going to talk to you soon. Bye.